Every day we get out of bed, do work, move around, eat meals, perform pleasure activities, and go to bed in the evening to start the cycle all over again the next morning. This prospect may seem a bit boring or even depressing, right? However, to see the differences between people's lives, you have to dig deeper into their everyday experiences. Even twins, despite their identical appearance, often perform completely different activities during the day. Each of us follows our own individual path, and although our behavior seems similar on the surface, there are completely different stories hidden beneath it. For the purpose of analyzing this proud-sounding title, let's take a closer look at one of the days of my life. I really don't know how people living without a smartphone in the 21st century cope. It seems to me that phone is one of the most important, integral, and extremely necessary things in our life. In the morning, I use it as an alarm clock. I check the weather to see what to wear, the bus arrival time to buy the right ticket, and finally, as an entertainment on the way to work. The workplace. A large office building that looks cold and lifeless from the outside but bustles with life on the inside. It is like a computer that seems to be turned off from the outside, but inside it is working and doing its job to display some images on the monitor. Just like my office building, each employee has their own task as to obtain the result, which in the case of my company is a train or other railway equipment. When the clock strikes 3 p.m, a quick closing begins. Everyone gets into their car, bike or bus and goes back home. I'm coming back too. Again, the same, straight and congested road in the center of Katowice, which means I arrive home 30 minutes later than planned. Regardless of traffic, once you get home, the rest of the day becomes simpler and calmer. You can finally eat dinner, spend time with your family, or meet with your friends. Looking at the data available on the internet, it can be concluded that the human brain has a capacity of approximately 10 terabytes to even 2.5 petabytes. Every day, the information we receive and process is stored somewhere in this memory, which changes depending on our needs. Today, I will try to learn from my mother how to cook a traditional Polish dish called bigos. I've never made this before, but I like to cook it for my friends in Ireland. Remember the sequence of action needed to prepare this dish. I must read the recipe written on a piece of paper and save it in my brain, taking up a part of its data capacity. First, you need to prepare 3 main ingredients: sauerkraut, cabbage, and some meat. Pan beef and sausages with onion and other spices. Boil previously chopped natural sauerkraut and white cabbage in separate pots. Later, after about 10 minutes, add tomato puree to the meat. And when the cabbage is cooked, drain it and mix it with the meat, adding some pepper to taste. Now all you need to do is simmer it for around half an hour. A perfect dish to eat with potatoes or bread, for dinner for the whole family. The evening is a time of relaxation. Everyone engages in their own activities or hobbies. My sister goes on long walks with her friends and our dog. Dad designs the objects he wants to print with his 3D printer instead of buying them in a store. And my mom often takes care of the plants in our garden. However, today my parents are spending time in front of the TV, watching the premiere of a new series that they really like. I sit down with my laptop and connect with my friends to play a few matches together in our game. Playing and talking together requires a constant internet connection. We post the best in-game actions in form of the videos on a popular website. All these activities generate traffic and new data on the internet, which thankfully has an infinite capacity and an ever-growing amount of data. Additionally, I estimate that I send and receive nearly 500 different types of messages every day. Depending on their content, they differ in terms of the amount of space they occupy. Text messages take up only a few megabytes, but photos and videos take up several gigabytes. To this, you need to add internet traffic generated by games and chatting with friends online. And yet, games and messages are still not all data created by us. Even in standby mode, a device connected to the network generates a significant amount of data, most often collected by technology giants. Using sites like Google Takeout or Meta Account Center, you can download a copy of all your data from the site of your choice. Only in this way can you see how much space the data about you takes up on the internet. However, it is worth remembering that every other website you use stores its own information which is omitted from Google and metadata sets. The end of the day is very similar to its beginning, where after a quick shower, I again lie in my bed and browse reels on Instagram or watch videos on YouTube. Tomorrow is off, so tonight I can stay up late. Human life is like an algorithm of nature that can be understood and studied, just like computers using our imagination. To delve deeper into this topic and learn more details and conclusions, please read the attached text document called document_1_G00436758. Thank you for your attention.